This next exercise is great for the lower back as well, and it's called turning around the centre. Now what's really important with turning around the centre is that when we turn to one side, what we don't want to happen is, we don't want this knee, if I'm turning to my left here, I don't want my right knee to collapse into the middle. And at the same time, I don't really want this left hip to pull back too far either. It can be quite stable facing the front, as we do, and as such we should look down and just have your feet parallel. It's always worth just shifting the weight a little bit from side to side. What you want is the feet as really relaxed and as soft as possible, spreading out, and then come forward so you feel the big toes, the little toes, all the other balls of the toes, etc. touching. Heels, of course, soft and relaxed. I mentioned kidney 1 before, which is that point just behind the balls of the feet. That's really where your focus is. And what our focus is in the whole of the body, particularly the legs and so on, is just letting go of the muscle groups so that we drop down. The earth supports us, but it supports us even more strongly, profoundly, when we let go and allow it. That's the big thing. So we want the knees over the middle of the feet. That's really the main position all the time. Even when we're turning, they will turn slightly, but one of the things you do is you imagine a ball here between the knees, you know, circular like this, spherical, and that actually if you were to turn, that ball slightly gets squeezed, but by not very much. Okay. Now, what we want, what they say in Tai Chi is that there are kind of 2 pillars going down through the body. Put one arm out in front of you like that, so you're just sort of not out to the side, but I'm just showing you, just coming forwards like that. Put the other hand here. So here's my shoulder. Just inside, it's called the shoulder's nest, and it's a kind of hollow area, so it's an important place for the lungs in Chinese medicine. But from there, you should be able to look down and see a line going through the front of the hip, through the knee, and through that kidney 1 point into the ground. And of course, you've got the same going down through this other foot and also down into the ground. Now, when we turn, I'm slightly going to go to my right leg, but maybe you could mirror me and go to your left. What we want to do is think of the front of the foot now on this, I'll call this my left foot, and I want it to turn. You can turn, so that the turn begins in the foot, as it were. So it's the same feeling that if you are going to actually put your heel out, it's that same feeling, but you're not actually going to move your heel. So you feel the inside of the ankle, the inside of the knee, the inside of the thigh, the soft tissue, the soft muscles here, kind of contracting a little bit. And get that sense as it does that, of kind of this twisting. So of course that means the muscles on the outsides are sort of been coming round like that. And it's almost like it's, you know, when you tighten something with a screwdriver, it's almost like it's going down into the ground. Okay, so it's going down into the ground, like that. Alright, and then if we go to your right leg, I'm only shifting over sort of 60-40%. Now, again, feel the weight relax, feel the foot relax, the toes, etc. Now, front of the ankle is going to turn in, and then the leg is going to, and it's almost like you're screwing down into the ground a little bit, but stop before the knee pulls in, and then back again. Now, okay, so that means we want the front, these are called the lower gates, by the way, this whole area of the thighs, the groin, the belly, this area here, the lower gates. Your tailbone is just sitting down at the back, and the lower gates match the upper gates here, the shoulder's nest. So that means that if you put your hands, just rest them on your shoulders like that, let the elbows come down to touch the chest, so you're just really nice and relaxed. Let's go to your left foot, this is my right, okay, so the eyes go first, so my eyes are going to go to my right, alright, and then my head, as my head turns, my body turns, so the hips and shoulders turn, and just go to about 45 degrees. Because you can feel, can't you, that if the hips really don't want to go any further, because otherwise that right hip, will disappear behind you. You can twist the shoulders more, but can you feel how it's starting to twist the upper body and also you can feel less and less stable. If somebody was to come and push you at this point, whoa, you'd fall over. So you keep the gates upper and lower aligned. Now just come back to the centre. Everything's in the middle, okay? Now look to your left with the eyes. Sink 60% onto the left foot. Turn the lower gates and the upper gates together. Stop at the corner. Okay, come back to the centre. Let's do it again. To the left. Sink a little bit. Turn back to the middle. So it's not a big deal. To the right. Sink a little bit, turn, and just remember what we're looking for is that feeling of the inside of the leg kind of screwing down into the ground a little bit. So it's actually almost firmer and firmer on the right side, etc. And turning around the centre, why I'm doing this for the lower back is that what we really want is for the lower back to move, the actual vertebra of the lower back. So let's do it now with the hands, with the arms nice and free and relaxed. Remember, we've got that little space in the armpit too. So as I go to my left, I look right, and as I go to my right, I look left. Right to look left, left to look right, and just, you know, not a big move to begin with, just gently, and just get that sense, again, as we talked about, the soft tissues and muscles on the inside, starting at the ankle. All movements in Tai Chi and Qigong are rooted in the feet. This is the main quality. So you want relaxation, relaxation and sinking. And think of roots, almost like the twist that pulls you into the centre, you know, goes down even into roots, so through the floor into the ground. They kind of twist into the centre, bringing, again, the muscles on the outside of the legs around a little bit. And we're keeping the shoulders and the hips aligned. Alright, drop the gaze, just drop your gaze so you're looking down. And yeah, so by not going 100%, by not turning the upper body as far as it can, you're keeping your stability, you're keeping your connection to the ground. And you're really keeping that movement in the lower back too. You can let the arms go further, but the main thing is that you completely let the shoulders relax, almost as if the arms are not there at all. And they will, you know, they'll, as mine are, they hit the sides of the body a little bit, and that's fine, it doesn't matter. That's good, because that loosens up this part of the body that we want to release. This is more the sides of the body. And you imagine water coming down the arms, down and sort of flowing to the fingertips and spraying off all around as you could even drop your gaze so you actually look to the floor around you. Just look down, but don't forget the crown, the top of the head. Something rises up through the neck, right up through the centre of the head to the top of the head, and then out through the top of the head, and keeps going up and up and up through the roof if you're inside, and then through the clouds if there aren't any today, and beyond where it's sunny, and just get that sense that the neck is lengthening and going up to heaven, as they say. Everything else is very happy to drop down, to connect down into the ground, and you can do this as long as you like. The big thing, as I said before, is really letting the arms be floppy. Okay? When you want to stop, you just slow it down. So just slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Just let the movement come back to the centre. You could stand in your Wu Chi stance again. Let the fingers just separate a little bit. Chin down, tongue roof of the mouth, tailbone down. Back of the neck nice and long and flat, like it's kind of flat against the wall. And you could smile. Breathe to the belly. And just notice how the back feels now you've done that. Okay, so that's turning round the centre.